Suspect in murder of his cousin surrenders to police. The main suspect in the March 18 murder of his cousin, Fabian Carr, has surrendered to the St. Andrew police after a series of targeted operations did not be more unsuccessful. A source close to the investigation told reporters that the 34-year-old suspect turned himself in. Subsequent to his surrender shortly after noon, a search was conducted at a premises in Wog Hills, Red Hills, and a 9mm pistol with serial number erased was reportedly seized. He is expected to be charged soon for the crimes. The weapon is the 13th illegal firearm seized in St. Andrew North Police Division since the start of the year. The police seized a shotgun in Whitehall Avenue yesterday. On the night 32-year-old Carr was killed, relatives stumbled on the bullet-riddled body at his home in Boxwood District in Rockhall, St. Andrew. Reports from the Red Hills Police are that about 8 p.m., relatives became concerned after not being able to contact Carr for some time. Carr's brother told reporters that the family is not handling the death well, particularly as a relative who had not been seen since the discovery of the body was a suspect. The person suspected of the crime is our cousin. His two brother pitney them. In the day they had a fight and him Carr beat him up. Him and him did have a little conflict Sunday in the day and then him go back for him in the night. I think a 5 shot him get, it's a talking point in the community up there, Carr's older brother told reporters. Divisional Commander for the St. Andrew North Police, Acting Superintendent Randy Sweeney told reporters that the suspect did the right thing by surrendering. He is a suspect in the case of the murder and a shooting incident that took place in the Rock Hall space. We are encouraging suspects, wanted persons, and persons of interest to turn themselves in and not to challenge the police, Sweeney told reporters. The divisional head said the police will not tolerate or allow gunmen and gangsters to disrupt the lives of law-abiding citizens, especially in St. Andrew North Division. Acting Superintendent Sweeney is urging residents to call Crime Stop 311 and 924-1421 at the Constant Spring Police and report criminals. Opposition calls on PM to clarify statements made by Constitutional Affairs Minister Mallory Ford about timing of next general election. The opposition People's National Party (PNP) is calling on Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness to clarify statements made by Constitutional Affairs Minister Marlene Mallory-Ford about the timing of the next general election. This after Mrs. Mallory-Ford said it is not constitutionally correct to say that the next general election is due by September. She was speaking at a meeting of Parliament's Joint Select Committee on the Constitution Amendment Republic Act. She further explained that the life of the Parliament is not fixed. In a statement, PNP General Secretary Dr. Dayton Campbell expressed concern about the minister's statements. He called on the Prime Minister to reassure the nation that there will be no attempt to delay the election or interfere with the constitutional timeline.
I hear it often said that the elections are due by September. That is not constitutionally correct. What the Constitution provides for is an outer life for the date of Parliament, and that is 5 years, and the life of the Parliament commences on the first sitting of the Parliament after general elections, not when the general elections are held, because we know that the electoral laws require formalities to be complied with about counting, and sometimes space has to be given for recounts, judicial recounts. So it's important for all Jamaicans to understand that the life of the Parliament is not fixed because we do not have fixed date elections, but the outer life of the Parliament is 5 years. And if elections are not called sooner, the Parliament automatically dissolves on the 5th anniversary after its first sitting. And then the Constitution also provides for the holding of elections within 3 months of the Parliament being dissolved. And that is set out at section 6T4 of the Constitution.
The People's National Party has taken note of the gratuitous comments and public recitation of constitutional provisions by the Minister of Legal and Constitutional Affairs, the Honorable Marlene Malawu Fort, MP, regarding the timing of the next general election. The PNP reiterates that under Jamaica's constitution, if the Prime Minister does not advise the Governor General to dissolve Parliament, it will do so automatically upon the completion of its term. Once Parliament is dissolved, a general election must be held within 3 months. Jamaica is not at war, and there are no conditions currently present that would permit a lawful extension or deviation from this timeline. Both political parties are already in campaign mode, and the people rightly expect an election by September 2025. Let it be known, the PNP will not be distracted, nor will we back down from our duty to stand with the people. I am therefore calling on the Prime Minister to urgently clarify the purpose of the minister's comments and to reassure the nation that there will be no attempt to delay the election or interfere with the constitutional timeline. Now, more than ever, the country needs leadership, not evasion, distraction, or constitutional mischief.
Sewage grievance. The National Water Commission says it has scheduled an extensive cleaning and distilling exercise for a sewage pump house in Glendale, St. Andrew, which has been clogged, resulting in an overflow of wastewater and excrement that have been causing residents discomfort. The NWC gave the update on Thursday after residents again complained about the stench, inconvenience, and health risk posed. The sewage would come to the side of the house, but not the front. It smelled awful. I smell it all the time and at nights. I moved here maybe 3.5 years ago. In year one, I would say it happened once a month, and when it happens, resolution is not very swift, one female resident told reporters on Thursday. The leak would be there for 5 to 6 weeks before we don't see a leak again. The other day, maybe about 3 weeks ago, during a period of heavy rain, I realized that a few days after that, there was no water on the road, but it started again, maybe a week and a half ago. If you look, you won't see the switch now. I heard the truck came and pulled away some of it, she shared. It has been something that is happening since I have been here. I don't know if there is ever going to be a permanent solution. I do walk sometimes, and there is a bit of hopscotching that I have to do on the sidewalk. It is not the nicest when you have people coming to your gate and they are driving through sewage, she stated. I suspect that children who play on the road are affected by that. It just smells really bad, she added, explaining that the situation does not prevent her from engaging in her daily routine, but she's not pleased to be walking beside human waste. Like other residents, she would love to see swift action and a more permanent solution for the problem, which also affects some residents of the neighboring Three Oaks community as the wastewater runs onto the street there as well. Her comments were corroborated by a male resident. There is a clear problem at the pump house. Every minute, they come and put a little band-aid on it. They all seem to do it each time. On Wednesday, they use a truck to come and draw some of the sewage from the line, but probably by tomorrow or the next week it will start running again. We have many elders and a lot of children who live around here, he shared. The other day, this little boy got sick. The doctor said he picked up some virus in the air. I don't know if that was the cause of it though, but this is a human waste, and this is not good at all. People who walk, the cars splash them up with it. We have to block the road because the taximen always try to cut our traffic by driving through here, he told reporters. The man said he has complained in several posts on social media about the problem, yet it persists. I even go to the Prime Minister's social media page, but based on the lack of response, I don't feel they are interested in looking into these things. We get no response from anybody, he shared. People's National Party caretaker for St. Andrew Northwestern, Miller, told reporters that based on how long the problem has persisted, she doesn't believe the authorities are seriously interested in fixing it. Sometimes, when it gets windy and it dries up, the stench blows around the community. We have persons who, every time there is an overflow, their children in particular are sick. My concern about all of this is that it is not a recent matter. It has been brought to the attention of the authorities before. Representatives, prior to me being here, have been advised, and I think that they are taking a piecemeal or a wait-and-see approach to this matter. They wait until there is an overflow or a protest by residents. The reality is that NWC will send the truck to pull out some of the waste, but that does not solve the problem because it keeps coming back, she stated. Miller called on the authorities to take a long, hard look at the situation and urged them to source a pump that can manage the large volume of waste that passes through the pump house. The NWC, in its statement Thursday, said an assessment of the facility found that it is inundated with solid and silt. The Water Management Agency said the several remedial steps have been taken in the past. However, the pumps are consistently operating under strain, which results in their tripping over, hence the overflow. Based on the frequent tripping, it will require an extensive cleaning and distilling exercise that is scheduled for this weekend, April 56, 2025. For the interim, the cesspool emptier is being used to alleviate the situation, the NWC stated. To subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.